Hey, my name's Alex McWhirter, and this is my by road or by air discussion. So, Mr. COO, I have heard that we are going to be having a trip to an airport that's about 50 miles away or so, and I just wanted to talk to you about the pros and cons of using the company aircraft versus simply taking a car. So, if we look here, we're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about time, we're going to talk about cost, two things that I'm sure are very important to you. When we start by talking about time, it's going to take us about an hour there, an hour back. So we're looking at maybe a 2 hour round trip to a location 50 miles away. And if we take the aircraft will probably be in the air for about 15 to 20 minutes, which is, when you look at it, it's a 40-minute round trip for the plane, 2 hours by the car. So that's a time saving of about an hour and 20 minutes. But what you got to add on to that too is that when you take the aircraft, we're going to be driving to the airport, which takes 10 15 minutes. Then the aircraft has to also land, taxi, take off, land, and then taxi to its destination, as well as getting you a car when we get there, and then driving to the location. So when we factor that in, we're really only saving about 30 or 45 minutes at most. And when we look at the cost, I'm not sure that the benefit is there. So when we look at the cost per hour of a Pilatus, it's just under 1,500. And if we take our jet, which is just over 2,500 an hour, so we're going to be flying these aircraft just under an hour. And so we'll be spending over $1,000 with the Pilatus, and we'll be spending around $2,000 with the jet, and probably a little more with the jet, because that cost per hour is based on a 300 nautical mile trip, and jets are not fuel efficient for short distances. So it'd probably be better with a turboprop. But I mean, when we look at spending well over $1,000 to save 45 minutes, I'm just not entirely convinced it's the best use of company resources. But however, that is your decision at the end of the day, and it is my job as the director of the aviation department to inform you on these matters. I just want to let you know that there are other options, and they may be a lot cheaper and a lot more beneficial. But like I said, that's your decision, and I know you'll make the best one for the company. And I appreciate you all watching my presentation. Hope you have a good rest of your week.